Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly, and today we're doing another clay project. Um, I got asked to do some easy clay projects for the holidays for people to do and to give as gifts and all that good stuff. So we're gonna do a couple different things. As you can see here, I have this delicious heart, and it's done on black clay and it's already baked. I did some on the back, some on the front. Oh, look at that, gorgeous. And it's done with Pearl-Ex, and so cool, which is like a mica powder. And I'll talk about that in a second. But let me just show you what I did. I'm going to set down aside. I have some black and I have some red. And now you can do so many different ways. You can take a cookie cutter or a clay cutter and cut like that. You can take a circle, like this circle, but it's going to be a little too big for this probably. Huh? Maybe just enough. And you can cut a circle out if you want it to be circle or heart. You can cut this out and then kind of form it your own way. Whatever you want to do. I like to kind of just free form it, as you can tell. And I take my X-Acto knife, but you can, use whatever. If scissors are easier, we'll do this. If scissors are easier, you can just give it a cut. Look at that. And you just cut the shape that you want. Then I would go in here like this, cut that out, give it a turn. Okay, and then put these in a pile over here. And you have a base, right? You have the shape, and then you can, and look, it's folk arty, right? We're not going for perfection of a heart. If you want perfection of the heart, then by all means, use a cookie cutter or a clay cutter. But see, you have a basic, look at that, how quick, just with scissors. I know it's so simple, like a lot of people don't think about that, but yeah, use your scissors. You don't have to have, the clay knife and the clay blade. It's called a tissue blade. And, when you look at it and you're like, see, I always like to do little twisties or swirlies. Um, if you think like, oh, this side's a little bit too big, take your scissors again and go in and cut it a little more. Okay, you see what I'm saying? You can use kid scissors to do this. And the fun thing is, if you're doing clay with kids, which I think is so fun to do, I think it helps their motor skills and creativity and all that good stuff. You can use kid scissors. They can use kid scissors. They can even use decorative scissors, the decorative edge scissors, and then you get like a really cool edge. So that's one way to get it. And another way is just to take your X-Acto knife and, use a cutting. I use you can use a cutting mat. You can use a what are they called? Oh, geez, oh Pete, ceramic tile from your local hardware store. And then I just go in and you can like draw it first if you want, if you feel like you should. I like to just go for it, but you can definitely draw it. And then just what your fingers should go away from your fingers, but do you if you're extra careful. And then I just go in and cut. I know it's probably hard for you to see with my fingers in the way. Oh, I gotta turn autofocus off 1 second. All right, I'm gonna lay these over here. Let me turn my autofocus off. Okay. And then you have another way to do a heart. And I always like to just give it a roll. Just a quick roll. Because you can always shrink it up. You just kind of squeeze and, push it up a little bit. Push it in. Just like that. Okay. Okay. And now we have these three to work with. So, some really fun things you can do. Now, if you don't have Pearl-Ex, this is Pearl-Ex, comes in the big one. I think this is old school Pearl-Ex. And then there's Perfect Pearls. Mica. So I think you can still buy these. These are awesome. They come in a million different colors. So what I like to do first is we have to bake it. And as you can see here, this is baked and it has that texture on it. So what I like to do is pick something that you want to use, for your texture. Now, it could be something, as a stamp. It could be something, this is like embroidery. This is plastic, actually. I don't even know. But, to embroider on. Little stamp, it doesn't matter. If you don't have stamps, then that's when you can go in and use, the back of your pencils or paintbrush, whatever you have. So what am I going to do? I like to spray a little water, and we'll do this with the keys. That's kind of cute. We'll do that on this black, and I'm just going to push it down, and you can roll over it with your rolling pin if you want, but I'm just going to give it a good push everywhere, and then lift it up. Can you see that great texture in there? Look at that. Awesome. And I'm just going to leave that like that. For this one, let's use this, and I will roll over it. Making sure I got it everywhere. Lift it off. Look at that. Look how cute. And hey, if you have letter stamps, you want to put somebody's initials in here, maybe you're making it, or write the word, stamp the word love or dream or whatever. That's, absolutely your creative choice. And then you can just do something very, very abstracty, I guess. And that's just, we just want to make some texture. So there's no real pattern or anything like that. We're just putting in some different shapes. So look at that. Just 3 different ways. Okay. Then what you're going to do is you're going to go bake it under your manufacturer's instructions on your clay. Most of the time it's 265, but always double check and bake it for as long as they say. And when we come back, I will show you the next thing to do. Okay, so we are back. All right, so I'm going to show you a few things to do. And first, let's look. Now, I made a hole in here, and I used what did I do with it? Good God, Kelly. I have a little compartment that has screwdrivers in it, like teeny little screwdrivers. And I don't know what I did with it, but that's what I used for the hole in here. Or you can use a roto zip and mix a nice hole. And then I can put wire through it. And once I do that, I'm going to put a little, I don't know, some sort of little bead or something just for fanciness. I don't know yet. And then these are baked. And I'm going to show you real quick what to do. Some fun things to do. All right, I'm going to do this one first because that's exciting. And they have this stuff called Perfect Medium, and it's by Ranger, and I'm going to use that. Now, they say you can use glycerin, you can use other things. I'm not familiar with that. I've not used it, so, use it at your own caution, I guess is the word, or being cautious. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my Perfect Medium. You say, I used it. I use it a lot. And I'm going to stick it. And you can use a brush to do this too, but I want just to get really the tops because I want that black, I think, to stay. I don't know. I can always change it if I want, and this is going to help the perfect pearls to stick. Now, you don't have to have this. You can just use it regular. Let me get a little on this side here. Without this. But this helps make it a little brighter. Okay, we're going to do that one. What colors do we want? Ooh, what about, let's do some macro pearl, which is like a that. What about, I'm a lover of so many different things. What about some purple, maybe? What about some iridescent purple? Look at that. It's called grape. Grape fizz. Ooh, how do you go wrong with that? All right, so of course, light to dark. So I'm going to take some of this. Now, there are paint brushes or brushes that you can get. Here's one. Maybe I'll use this. And you can get it, and it usually comes with, like, a kit. With these perfect pearls, they come in a kit of different colors. You get like 4, I believe. So you can use a coupon at your local craft store. You see more Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Joann's, you name it. Also, let me just tell you, one of my favorite places in the world is Blitsy, and it's online, and they discount up to 70% off on crafts of all types: sewing, mixed media, stamping, jewelry making, hot glue guns, paints, clay, beads, um, all kinds of ranger stuff, like all kinds of stuff. And I'm going to put the link to that right below, and just go check it out and see if there's anything that you see. They update like weekly, so that you get new stuff all the time. They have jelly plates, they have all kinds of different stuff, so it's a lot of great stuff, and a lot of fun to look through too, especially with the holidays coming. All right, so I'm just going to dip my little brush in there just a little bit, and I'm going to just lightly tap it on in different places, because I'm going to do some purple too. There we go. Just so good, so good. Tap that off. I always tap the tops because sometimes it's stuck up there. You can see, look at that. Now this is more matte than the silver, but I like the mixture. Now here's where, I'll just tap this here. I'm going to put a little bit more silver on top, just to give a little sheen. Okay. Now I'm going to take this. I want you to unlock. No, 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 no. Look how beautiful. I'm going to give it a blow. Who doesn't like a nice blow? Get all that extra stuff off. Now, see how you see the black in there a little better? But maybe you're like, I don't know so much I dig the black coming through. They have, let me find it before I tell you, because here it is. They have these wonderful things that are called embossing pens, and they're clear, and it's from Ranger Ink Essentials. And what it is, if I can open it, is that stuff in a pen. So if I want to get in here, and no, I'm not sponsored or anything like that, I just love the stuff. I have a love-hate with Ranger. So you just kind of smear it in, the sections that you want it, and it adds a little bit of wetness. They say also you can use glycerin in here to refill it. These come in black too if you want. There's different colors and different things, and so I'm just kind of going through. And something that I do is I will push this a bit in my embossing if I feel it's getting dry, but I don't need, you know what I mean? So that way I can just do a little bit more without having to stop and refill and do all that stuff. All right. And then I can go in with a little more, a little silver and some purple, because I have it on both sides. I just kind of bop and go. But yeah, definitely check out Blitsy, because it is, I love it. I've been using it for years and years. Some people don't dig it, but I love it. I've never had a problem. And the one time I did get something that was broke and I sent it back, you contact them. And literally, I mean, in a week I had and they told me to keep what they sent wrong, or what was broke, or whatever it was. And then, yeah, so I wasn't inconvenienced. And I like that in a company, because believe me, not many companies are that kind. I know sometimes Amazon will do that. My daughter bought something for the shower, and she got it and she hated it. It was too small, and they told her don't even bother sending it back. So I don't know what they credited her, but all right. Oh, I'm in love. Matter of fact, purple's my favorite color, so there's that. Look at that. Oh, look at that. And that shine, like that's the shine, right? Look. Okay. Just gonna give it a little blow. It's just everything. Everything. Now, I'm going to turn it over on the back, and I'm just going to press this on it. Not worrying, if it's everywhere, because, I mean, I don't want the back to be janky, but I want I don't need it to be perfection. I'm just going to tap it on. And tap it on. A little bit more. Just so if it turns over. You could do the sides too. I'm not hating on any of that. This just gives a beautiful finish. And you see you could just layer, layer, layer. Okay. And I blow it off. And there it is. Look at that, how pretty. So you're getting the best of both worlds. Oh, delicious. All right, so that's that one. Now let me show you what I did on this one. I put my favorite Mod Podge Sparkle over top of it. Look at that. So it adds a little sparkle on those delicious coppers and greens. Oh, and I did some on the back as well. Again, nothing too major, but if it turns over, you still have a little bit of style going on. And that also seals it. Okay, so next, what am I going to do? Well, I did purple. Let's do, I know what we'll do. I get asked to emboss all the time, so let's do so. Where's my embossing? Okay, so I'm going to use this. This is some Pendants Stampin' Stuff embossing powder. Gorgeous. Look at that. I want to wear this as eyeshadow. All right. I think it'll be pretty on the heart. Like the golds and oh, look at that, and the coppers. Oh, it's delish. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my embossing as well, my stamp pad, perfect medium. And you see I'm just pushing it down a few times. And you can see the shine. That's how you know it's on there. And let's get some of this embossing powder. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of paper. You'll see why. I'm going to put it on there. And I'm going to go like this. And this. And this. And this. And this. All over. And you can make it as thick or as not. Depends on what you want. And you can layer. So, So then I kind of take it off there, and you can see. And then to put it so I don't waste it, I have it in the paper. I fold it up, make like a funnel, and there we go. All right, a little messy, but I love it. Okay, put the lid back on and put it away because I will spill it. Got that there. Let me show you. See how it looks. Now, wait to see. Let me do it. Let me see if I can get you real close to see it turn because it's magical. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Here we go. I'm going to put my heat gun on there real close. I'm holding on for a minute, and you're going to see it's going to turn into a delicious. The fun thing with embossing, you could do it on anything. Paper. I hope you can see it turning. It gets shiny. Now here's the fun part. Let's say I want a little more. Okay, can you see how it's shining? Now watch. I'll just do a little. a little bit. Come on. I don't want to do it everywhere, but do a little bit more. I mean, why not? If you're going to wear it. Okay. And you see how it's kind of flat now? And then I'll do it again. It just gets more and more beautiful the more you do it. So does my desk. My desk. Give them a little. Woo, you never have enough embossing powder. And you want to give it a second to dry. But look at that, how shiny and delicious. Look at that. Oh, it's deliciousness. I mean, you can't even, you know, to see it up close. And it's still a little sticky, as you can see when I touched it. And that's all right. You want to leave it dry so it hardens. So I'm going to, real quick, just do it. Make sure I got it all here. Where I can see. And what it did was it just embossed the top texture. Underneath is still that red. Oh, it's delicious. Okay. All right. So I'm going to leave that sit for a second. Boop. And now let's see this one. This one just had that texture. And if you don't have Pearl-Ex and you don't have, you know, anything like that, and you want to use your acrylic paint, by all means, do so. Let's do, let's do a blue. This is, I'm going to shake it real quick. This is Blue Topaz in Metallic. And all I'm going to do is put a little squirt here. No big deal. And then I'm going to take a paintbrush and I'm going to use it dry. And I'm just going in a little bit. And you can even take some of it off to start. And just lightly, just watch how this comes to life. Very lightly. I'm not even pushing down. I'm just wanting to hit that. Look at that. I just want to hit that texture. Turn it this way. Look at that. Oh, gosh. Some things in life make me happy no matter what kind of day I'm having. It doesn't make me so happy. Look at this. Now I can see right there I might want a little bit more. I mean, I'm talking dry brush the littlest. Because, you know, unless you want it all. If you want it all, you know, like really opaque, then go ahead. It's yours. Do what you want. I want some of that texture to come through. Now, if you get to a point where you're like, oh, you know what? I think maybe I have a little too much on there. Just take your rag, paper towel, and give it a buff off. And yes, you can use rub and buff or anything like that. But a lot of you I know are just starting out. You might not have too much. And look, you don't have to do metallic. You can do a red or a whatever color you have. A blue. Doesn't have to be metallic. Doesn't have to be glittery. It doesn't have to be anything but a regular color. Just do it dry brushed, okay? Because that's where you're going to get texture. All right, and then I'll turn it onto the other side. And this you could do a little darker because there's nothing, you know, I don't have any texture. I should have put texture on this side, but I didn't. But am I going to be mad at myself? No. Why would I be mad at myself? You just go with it. If you have somebody in your life who loves metallic blue or whatever color you do, you can make them a nice keychain or a pendant or whatever you want. Get off there. I hate when fuzzies get on and dry on paint because I use that towel. And I'm just going to go around the sides a little bit. I'm not even going to worry about how well it's covered because it's supposed to look a little aged. Right? Okay. And then look at it and then you say, huh, a little bit more, a little bit less, I don't know. Look at that. Look how delicious. Look at that. I mean, come on. Oh, it's delicious. I can't stand it. How, oh, I just love it. Love it. Love it. Go around the little bit if you want to. All right. Oh, I get too excited. Okay, so I have that. Let me just wipe this up so I'll end up with it all over my hands. So now you have these delicious hearts out of clay. All the same color. Well, these are all black. That's red. So it just shows you, hey, if you only have, red or a different color, um, you know, you can make these fantastically. Oh, I just love this one. Look at this. Oh, it's like everything. Now, if you want to seal them, you can use Mod Podge. That's what I use sometimes. You can use glossy accents. You can use any kind of, if you have a varnish, they sell SKYPE has a SKYPE varnish for it. I wouldn't use white school glue necessarily. I mean, if you're gonna sell it, I wouldn't. If you're giving it as a gift, I would probably if I didn't have anything else. But that's up to you. You could put crackle on top. Think how beautiful that would be. Oh, just it's endless what you can do. Endless, endless, endless. So if let's see, I put a hole in that one. I have some wire. Now I like to put wire. I like to make it. This is because I'm weird. I like it. See how it's like all like that. Like I already bent it a bit. That's how I like it. You don't have to, but I'm gonna stick it through the hole. That's what she said. I'm going to take it evenly. There's even, it doesn't have to be spot on even, but, and I'm going to put it up like that, and I'm going to cross them over and bend them over each other. So when I pull it, it's attached there. See, I can hold here and it's attached. And then I just bend. And that's why I like the little bends. Can you see that? Because it just gives it, I don't know, it just does something for me. So I'm going to take this one over and I'm just going to go over like that and then cross it over like this. Very simple. Very simple. I'm not going too fancy. But what I will do is on the back here, you see how these two cross? I'm just going to give them a twist. Just a twist. And then push those down. I'll cut that off when I'm done. And just giving everything a push down. Wire is so forgiving. All right. And that's like a little cake. No, we could really go crazy. Maybe I'll do it on one of the other, if you guys want me to, I will do like a cage wire wrap on. But just for this, I'm just going to keep it simple. And all I'm going to do is these wires in the back, twist them a couple times because you want it to hold on. You want it to hold on. And you could put a piece of glue there if you want a little bit of glue. And then I'm just going to cut these off. And then I can go and push it down. I always like to put glue on top of those so it doesn't jag anybody. Or you could pound it down, whatever way you want. I just like to, let me just push everything down there for a minute. And then you can put, we could put a bead. I don't know how well you can see that. We could put beads on it. We could put a bead on top, maybe a bigger bead, and glue it like so it's, the stuff you can do. The stuff you can do. I would pile beads probably on top. Now, if you have a bead that you love, but it has like a little thing on it, like to, you can just cut that off. No big deal. I think that would be pretty on here. I could stick it right under the thing. After I cut that off and then glue it on. And I would use to glue it on, one of my favorite things in the world is the Sobo by Delta. Oh, I love this stuff. And that's what I will glue it on with. So, cut this off. There we go. those little sharp pieces off. And you can file it too. You know, you have a little file. I don't think my file's here. No. But, you know, you grab your little file and just give it a little quick file. Okay. And then you could glue it right on top, but I want to do it. I'm going to push it underneath. Use your pliers. Come on, buddy. All right. Sometimes the hands just don't want to cooperate. Okay. Come on. There we go. See how we can just kind of put that in there? Just gives it a little, I don't know, just a little something. And then I can glue a bail on back, and then it is a delicious pendant to wear. Now, all kinds of different things you can do. I will do this one. No, I did not cover this yet with any kind of top. So this is still going to be a little, how do you say, you know, touchable. You know, it'll come off if you don't cover it. So take your Mod Podge, do all that first, or whatever you're gonna. You could put some bacon bond on here and bake it, whatever you want. But for now, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna show you. You can also very quickly. Let's see. Let's do these two. I can put these on there. You could string them on. And then you could put them going across. So that way they're not on anything, but they make, you know, and you put on as many as you want. And then you can just keep wrapping. Oh, God, I love this. And wrapping, and then you could put more beads. I don't have any more sitting here. Put more beads on, you know, when you come up this way, and then have beads go that way. And then you could put it here and put more beads and have it go that way. You see what I'm saying? And then you'll tighten it all up, and you'll have like a really cool pendant as well. So, I mean, the stuff that you can do is magnificent. So much fun. So much fun. So I'm gonna, but you can see my hands, it come off, you know, some of it. And I can feel little stickies. I still have a little bit more on my brush, just so I didn't take it off. I just love this. I love everything about it. Now I think what I'm going to do, I'm not going to put sparkly Mod Podge on there. What am I going to do? Oh, but I love sparkly Mod Podge. Oh, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to put it on there again. Who cares? I'm going to give it a quick shake. Open it up. And just a little, I mean, look, I don't know how well you can see. Oh, it's so good. So good, so good, so good. Take a paintbrush and take some. And all you do is real quick. You don't want it like too clumpy or thick anywhere. Just brush it on. Don't go over it too much. Like, don't keep going back and forth. Just because it can take it off. You know what I mean? And you can put another coat on when you're done, after this is dry. This way it doesn't transfer on clothes. It doesn't come off. It keeps that delicious. And I'm going to take it around the sides a little bit. And then once this front's dry, I'll do it on the back. Because we have a little bit on there. I just don't want it too thick. Okay, I'll just leave that sit there. And just so much fun. So much fun. And like I said, this one, the gold, I don't even know. Oh, the sparkle. Oh, I think I'm going to cover this one too while I'm here. And you don't have to. This is embossing. This won't come off. So you don't have to cover it if you don't want it. But I like the sparkle and the gold, and I'm going to see if this adds a little more. I might hate it, but that's what's so fun about clay. It's inexpensive, so you can really have a ball and try out so many different things. And if it doesn't come out how you want it, it's not a big deal. Okay. And that's what I did. A lot of fun. And oh, just so much fun. So much fun. So much fun. And like I said, this is just, and you don't have to put a cover on this, a final coat on this one if you don't want to, because it's acrylic paint. So you're kind of getting twofer. You know what I mean? Look at that. Oh, you know, so delicious. So delicious. Oh, delicious. So you don't have to like worry about it. And you can use whatever color acrylic paint that you have or that you want. So that's it. If you guys enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up. If you guys want to see more, all you got to do is ask. I love making, you know, necklaces and pendants and all that kind of stuff. But I don't want to sit and do, you know, really wire wrap and do all that unless you guys really want to see it, because I don't want to bore you. But I do love doing it, and I hope you guys do it as well. And if you do, please tag me. I love seeing what you guys do. I can never get enough of it, because you guys are so talented. Oh, let me show you. Wait, let's see how close we can get. Can you see how close? How beautiful they look. I just found my stuff I want to show you real quick. But look how gorgeous. This is my screwdriver thing. And as you can see, that's what comes in it. These are the flatheads, and these are the screwy ones. I can't remember what they're called. So they come in all kinds of different sizes. And let me show you real quick. Well, I'm here since I didn't do anything on here. I would take, you know, one of these, decide where I want my hole, which would be about here, right? And put it there. And then I turn it and turn it. And as you turn it, what happens is, it takes a minute. I'm just turning it. I won't make it go all the way through to bore you to death, but I'll show you as it starts to go through. Yep. And you can see the hole right here. And it just starts going through. You just keep turning it. I like to do this because it's easier for my hands to hold it, because you all know I got the crappy ass hands. But when you do this, it does go a bit faster. So you can't see with my hands, but I just turn this. Right? Like if I'm holding it, I just keep turning it, and look how much bigger the hole is now. And you could see, look at the clay coming off. So that's how you know it's working. And I just keep doing like this. And you can't see it that well, but I'm doing it anyway. You use stuff that you have, whatever works best for you. I like to use my Dremel, but Dave has it upstairs, and I have this down here, and I thought, why not? And you see how it's doing it? Almost through. And I mean, it's really that fast. And then you get a really nice hole. Look at that. And then you could put your wire through and everything, or your bail, or whatever you want. I find if I do it like this and hold it down, I get much straighter. You know what I mean? Let's see if you can see it this way better. This is how I do it, because it's just less strain on my hands. And it just keeps doing its thing. So that's how I do that. A lot of fun. I love it. So I hope you guys like this. This was a request, and I love doing requests for you guys. I love it a lot. So sometimes doing requests, not everybody's interested in it, but I like, even if it's for one person, I like doing it. I don't know. That's just me. So as always, please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. I love you guys so very much. And like I said, Blitzy link is down below. Just go check it out. You don't have to buy anything or do anything. Check it out. It's free to join if you want to. And that's it. I hope you all have a fantastic day. As always, please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.